Anyways, I think we've dwelled on this a little too much. I think we should talk about the other topic that was it's been a while since it's been talked about, but it's the Ouya, the system that everyone in the gaming scene has been kind of interested about. Um, and of course, I think I'm the only one that really knows. I know some of you guys. Well, let's see what you guys
Yeah.
think about it so far.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is,
All I
so
know
I
is
can't say anything.
all I know about it is it's an Android console. That's all I heard about it.
All right, so Joey's on the right path. Yes, it is essentially a home console that it's just like the Xbox, the PS3, except it runs off of the operating systems of like Android phones. So that's essentially what it is. Um, and I guess the one point they're talking about is that um, it's going to be a hackable console. This thing where you can essentially they're promoting it as this system for people to get creative with, and instead of just playing the games off the Android market, you can do more things with it. You're going to try to make it pretty decently powerful, and the controller is actually reminiscent of the Wii U controller, and the fact that it has a touchscreen in the middle and two analog sticks on the side and whatnot, all the other buttons. But yeah, so I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Because personally, I think it's kind of dumb. I don't know. Like, I don't want to play mini games on my TV screen. If I wanted to, I would just buy a whole bunch of indie games off of, you know.
Well, if you've looked in the Android market, they are releasing. Excuse me. They are releasing some things like I saw GTA up on there. I saw a few other like games that were on console. They've ported them over to Android, and I guess they're trying to go bigger with the whole portable gaming thing on smartphones. And I guess that would be helpful.
So it's
I
a
guess
legit console.
it's going to be a legitimate
It's gonna be
console.
legit.
It's just going to be like an overpowered phone,
It's
That's gay.
basically.
it's
to play.
apparently $100, and certain things like I saw when I was looking at the website, what it looked to be like possibly a League of Legends port. I don't know. It was kind of weird, but it looks like something similar to that. Um, but
I don't
apparently,
ever see League of Legends ever porting over. That'd be
I don't know. It's possible, but I don't know. It was kind of weird. Um, apparently, though, this is one of the biggest, acts. Apparently, according to Kickstarter, because I mean, they raised so much money in a matter of like a day or two, and like this thing is seriously going to come out now. Before it was like they don't know, whatever. Now it's just like now we have to put something out. So many people have donated money, and I think it's because people were ready for a new system. But I don't think this is the answer. This this thing reminds me
that
of
thing's gonna last you like what like 2 weeks, and then you're gonna get bored of it.
this thing reminds me of the OnLive system that they had. Remember that? I don't know if you guys remember that. There's commercials for it. It was the cloud gaming system. I don't know if you guys heard of that. Have you guys heard of that?
Nope.
No, I have not heard of that.
Oh man, it was this thing that was supposed to be huge, and it didn't ever take off. But essentially, it's like an actual Xbox 360 and PS3, and it runs the same games as those. Um, but it's all ran off a cloud system, and you just pay a subscription to play these games for free or whatever, I guess. But it never really took off because
The game's good.
it's you get games like Assassin's Creed and stuff like that. That's the point. And then they switch out like the games every so often, and you can actually buy them permanently if you enjoy them enough. But you get to play them for free for a certain amount of time until they switch out the games. They switch out the titles. So, but it never really took off. It's a good concept, but it just never really took off. So, that's how I see this system being. Now, does it mean that it won't be a success? Well, it might be. I mean, we'll see what happens with this whole hacking thing or whatever.
I know developers are gonna like really try to get their hands on it when it
I'm
comes out.
sure. Because I think the point of like mobile gaming, and this is essentially using that same platform, is that make things that are easy and addictive, And so things that are simple and addictive usually do better. I mean, look at Angry Birds. Look at, draw something or whatever, Words with Friends, stuff like that.
Given all that, when you're saying that Ouya is going to be hackable and moddable,
There's
developers
different
are going to be able to
ways.
go into games and then just make skins for all the games, make it more interesting, add modifications.
Right, right. That's how I see this taking off. Is essentially, you know, and also things like they could definitely up the power of the system. It doesn't have to be these 2D mini games or mobile games or whatever that you see. They could definitely do things with it. Like you said, the GTA thing might be interesting. Um, People with emulators might be able to run them better on this system. I see people play,
Come on,
N64
blue on
stuff.
the 75-inch.
I see people, play N64 games on their phones, on their mobile phones, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, that's crazy. They emulate the games onto these mobile devices. Now, do they always work very well? Not necessarily. I mean, it would be better to have that controller in your hand, and that's, I guess, what they're giving you with this Ouya system. Does that mean I'm going to go out and pay $100 for it? Probably not. I don't see it being very successful. So I don't know. That's how I feel about this. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that you at least will be interested in the system, or do you think it's just this big flop that's just
Unless
gonna
I see it,
release?
I would wait for it. Unless I see it take off, I wouldn't really bother wasting my time. I don't even think I'm going to look into it really that much. It just doesn't sound like something I would want. You're doing like low budget games. I'm not saying like all their games are low budget, but for the most part, you're not really gonna find much to keep you entertained that long.
Right, right.
So,
Um, I don't know. Like, I don't even like play portable games that much. I'm really more focused on my Xbox 360 when I play games. So I think that the system isn't really going to get me interested in anything at all. I mean, it could potentially, but from what I'm hearing, this whole Android, like, I don't even play Android games in general. I have a smartphone, but I barely play any. I have like two on there, and I don't even use my phone. I think you guys know this. I barely even use my phone in general, so I don't even know if this would interest me at all. Anyways, so.
I like fucking around with my phone, modifying it, rooting it, and all that. I don't play any games on it. I don't find them fun and entertaining like everyone else does. Like every little teenage girl who finds Temple Run and then plays the shit out of it.
uh,
Uh,
the hip games on the mobile.
yeah, I don't really find that to be enjoyable. I do like the modification and how they're supporting developers to go try your own thing, mod this how you want, share it with the world, and you know, bring it out, get a name for yourself or whoever you
It's like
work.
what they were allowing people to do with the Kinect, because I remember hearing about people hacking these these Kinects or whatever, and doing what they want with them. Um, and at first Microsoft didn't care about it, and then they saw the stuff that people were making, and they realized this was legit. This was better than what they were putting out. So they let them, they left it for them to easily just work with, because it spawns this whole new realm of creativity, um, and that way you can actually get something brand new that no one's seen before, like Minecraft. I mean, look at that. I mean, that wasn't something hacked, but when you give someone this platform to work with and be able to know the ins and outs of it, you get a better product.
Like
So
all the mods that have come out for it, skins, textures, and everyone enjoys the
right,
shit that on PC.
right. So
And yeah,
anyways, um, let's go ahead
Danny's
and
just playing League of Legends. He's not even talking to us. He just doesn't like us anymore.
I mean, I don't exactly have much thing, or not really have anything to say about what y'all are talking about because I don't have background knowledge of it.
What do you have a background knowledge of?
nothing.